Hello everybody, this is Jessica with Stamp a Blessing. I am joining you this morning to bring you some more ideas with the new Paper Pumpkin Kit hugs from Shelly. I am super excited to share 3 of my favorite bows that I make with ribbon on cards, and these were inspired by Paper Pumpkin's ribbon. There was one that came that is very particular, is the velvet one, Pretty Peacock or something like that, and I am so excited to share some ideas inspired by that. I have 7 cards that I'll show you today and some ideas with the stamping blends, and at the end let's just talk a teeny bit about freedom and how blessed we are that we actually have it. So God bless you. Thank you for being here today. I'm gonna turn my camera around and I'm going to start stamping because that's what we love to do in this place. Good. And as you see, this is the main card that actually inspired me to create other cards that I'll show you today. But this is the Paper Pumpkin Kit from the month of May. Is called Hugs from Shelly. It came with about 12 cards, and they are note cards, about 3.5 by 5, I believe is the size of them. Well, this is what I did. I sat down and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make my Paper Pumpkin Kit. But I have to be honest with you, I had a problem. And the problem was that after I made this first card, this was the first card I made right here with the instructions, very easy, with a beautiful feather right here. When I touched this velvet ribbon, I was like, oh, wait. This is way too much for me. This is way too good for me. I need to do something. And I started looking around, and I've seen through Paper Pumpkin, you just learn to use the ribbon in so many ways. Like here, they put it 2 little pieces behind the label. I just got inspired by the ribbon, and I thought, you know what, I can bring some ribbon ideas. And this beautiful ribbon is the Pretty Peacock. It's one of the new in colors that is coming to Stampin'Up coming June 4th. So you will want to keep an eye on them. But Paper Pumpkin actually brought this ribbon just for us. They are not going to be selling this ribbon in the catalog. But I wanted to show you different ideas that I got inspired to do by the Paper Pumpkin, particularly this card. This month, I also shipped to all of my subscribers a sample of the new Bird Ballad DSP. So, and you're thinking, what in the world is that? Well, I had, there's different ones. You see, this is the one that coordinates actually with this kit. It is one of the new DSPs coming. Designer Sheets paper is what DSP goes for. And it's one of the papers that coordinates actually with this kit. So I thought, why not sending a few of them, a sample of them, so they can create. And I started making some cards, and I thought you would like them. When I cut all this paper for a bunch of people, I already sent them, so you should be getting them in the mail most likely tomorrow or Wednesday after Memorial Day. I ended up with all of this extra paper right here. And the reason why is because I sent a sample that is 4.25 by 5.25. I think is what I did, which is the usual size that we would put inside of these. Let me show you real fast. Ta-ta-ta. What is this? Well, I did it exactly that same size. Usually we go like that from our cards. We leave a little border, so I did that to all of my samples. But I ended up with all this paper right here, and I thought I have to use it and give some ideas, right? This is a 12 by 12, and this is about 1.5 inches left over from all those papers that I cut. So that is what I'm going to use today. I'll give you a sketch, very, very simple sketch to actually use the paper that I sent to many of you. And if you don't have it, you have to consider getting it in June because it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, this was the card that inspired it all. And I want to bring a piece of Pool Party in this case. And this is my card base. It's going to be 5.5 by 8.5. And I scored it at 4.25. So that is my card base. Then I brought a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this is just the standard Whisper White at 5.25 by 4 inches. Then I took this little border right here and I cut, this is about 1.5 inches if I'm not wrong. Where's my ruler? I don't want to give you bad. Yeah, it's 1.5 inches by 12. That was but I cut it at 5.25, which is what you receive in the mail. And we are going to be gluing this to the bottom of this card right here. And you'll see what I'll do. Again, I was inspired by this one, but I want to bring you some ideas that you can do at home with the little paper I sent you and with the early espresso and maybe a little bit more. Like in this case, I'm adding the Pool Party and Whisper White, but it's really, really simple. So play with me here. I have Grateful. And I want to show you something really cool because what inspired me was that ribbon. So I want to show you some ideas with ribbon today. And I will also show you 3 of my favorite bows and a bonus one that I'm calling the loop one. And I think you're going to love it. So stick with me for a few minutes. But this is going to go here. Before I glue anything, I like to do my stamping because if I mess up my whisper white, I can always fix it, right? If I do that. So I'm going to bring my piercing pad right here because I want to make sure my stamping with the photopolymer stamps, which are the ones that Paper Pumpkin carries, have a good cushion under. And I will bring one of my birds, this bird right here. Actually, I'm going to start with the other bird. Haha. So I'm going to bring my bird. I'm going to stamp it or ink it on my stamping pad, Early Espresso, same color that came with the kit. And I'm going to stamp this beautiful bird right here. And as you see, I'm following this inspiration. I'm really inspired by the sample that Paper Pumpkin already sent us. So that's the one that I created. And this is the extra card that I am making. I'm going to bring my other bird. Did you know how much I love doing this? I'm doing it on Memorial Day because I tried to be consistent with my videos, and I know many of you are actually off today and able to watch the video. So I thought, why not? Let's just get together again and enjoy what we love and give thanks for all the freedoms that we have. I'm going to go here. Okay, and those are my 2 birds and, well, my 3 birds right there. Then I'm going to bring the grateful, okay, grateful right here, and I'm going to stamp it, ooh, right there. Then I'm going to bring the For You. I think this is one of the most beautiful fonts that we receive from Paper Pumpkin. We will be using them for many, many years. So I want to show you the different ways that you can do it. Now, I finished my stamping right here. I'm going to go ahead and glue my designer scissors paper to my page or to my whisper white, and you'll see how easy this card actually comes. Da-da-da. And I'll show you many other samples because what I want you to see is in this card is how a little piece of ribbon like the one that Paper Pumpkin sent us can make such a huge difference in a card. Now, in this case, I will use another ribbon, and this is the Shimmer ribbon, 3/8 inches Shimmer ribbon in basic black, because I want to show you different ones, so don't get desperate. You'll see what I'll do here. And this is one of the easiest ways to add a detail to a card. As you see, this is a shimmery black right there. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just going to cut a little piece right here, right there. And then I'm going to bring my tape, and I just use Scotch tape sometimes. You can also use your nail adhesive, but in this case, again, I'm showing you very, very simple sketch, and I'll show you 3 other cards that I created with this same sketch right here in a second. So I'll turn my card, I will put my tape right there. Everybody has Scotch tape at home, so it's something you can do with any of your ribbons. And you know what, let me see. Yes, I did this right, and I'm just following the border of my designer series paper right there. Okay, and I'm going to add some glue to this so you see the end result of this card. And I just add a little bit with that tumble glue, goes a long way. So we are going to put it right here. And look how simple this card came to be. Absolutely simple, but look how beautiful when you add a detail like a ribbon is. And hey, here I did not even do a bow. I'm not even adding a bow right now. I just add a piece of ribbon to get some shimmer and just attach to this card. But I want you to see one that I made with the same Pretty Peacock. Where did I put it? Pretty Peacock ribbon that's Stampin'Up brad. So I just went around it the same, and I put a little bit of tape, and that's it. And now check this out. Look how different this looks with a different ribbon. This kind of reminds me of the beach for some reason, right? And you know, this one I just added the burlap ribbon, and it just reminds me of the beach for some reason, just bringing that color right there. This one's so simple, but oh my dear, you just want to touch it. This is the type of ribbon that is so, it just makes a card so interesting. And then this is the one that we created, and this is another one And look how simple that is. This one adds a little bit of shimmer to it. And which one is this? I don't know where I put it. Here it is. Okay. There it is. This is the tea room ribbon combo. That's it. Tea room ribbon combo pack, the very vanilla with copper. And look how beautiful those look. So they are the same card, different ribbons. Just give a little bit of a touch. Like, hey, I thought of you, and I added a little embellishment right there. This has no gems, no rhinestones, no nothing. It just has a different ribbon, and you most likely have some of this ribbon at home or something similar to this or something. So go ahead and use it with your cards and make a difference, because I totally love how this card so simple came about. And you know what? They're pretty flat. They're going to ship totally easy with just a forever stamp, and I love that, okay? Now, these were inspired by this card. That is the one, is a note card. You see that it's smaller than the usual size that I usually make for all of my cards. So today I want to show you another card that I created, and yes, it was still inspired by this card, but I won't be using the birds this time, okay? I'll show you 3 more cards and a bonus one that actually use the ribbon making a bow. Now, if you are scared of bows, do not fret. You can make a bow, okay? Some people are like, oh, please. When I have classes before, I just had people come and say, would you make the bow for me? Because that's like the worst part, okay? I don't like it. But you know what? Don't fret. There's easy ways to make a bow, and this is the no bow card. So you don't have to put a bow if you don't want to. But I wanted you to see how different and how beautiful cards can look when you actually add a piece of ribbon. In this card, I decided to use this beautiful paper. It's also from the Bird Ballard, and I sent this to all of my customers and in paper pumpkin. So I'm going to show you, let me see, I think it's this one. Yep, this one it is. And the same style I'm going to use. I'm going first to stamp real fast. So let me bring my early espresso, because I want you to see what I'm going to do here. Oh, la, la. And again, I'm going to bring Grateful, because this is the absolutely gorgeous font that came this month with the May kit. I think it's just so beautiful. And I think we are going to be, you know me, you know that I go back to stamps. It's over and over. So I think you're going to be happily, woohoo, I put ink on the side of my hand. Going to put this here. Look how precious that looks. And now I'm going to bring this other one. So I'm going to bring again Early Espresso. And I'm going to be stamping this right here. And then I'm going to bring Early Espresso. And I'm going to stamp it up here. Okay, and that's going to be it. Now, I'm going to bring a ribbon, and I'm looking for it on my table. And it's this one, is the Calypso Coral Satin ribbon, okay, that we have in our store. And this Bird Ballard designer shirts paper actually has Calypso Coral in it. So it coordinates absolutely beautiful. It's right there. So the first step that we are going to do is we're going to cut a little piece of ribbon right here. And we're going to bring again our Scotch tape. And hey, I'm a Scotch tape girl. I love it. It's easy, particularly for my ribbon. I am a ribbon crazy Scotch tape girl. I don't have Scotch tape. I have troubles. Because every time I'm at the store, I'm like, oh wait, do I have Scotch tape? I need it. I like it. It's hidden back there, but it holds things usually pretty good. And if not, I use my snail adhesive. You can also use that one, but this is so easy. I just go for it. I think everybody has Scotch at home. So, okay, this is the base of my card, right? And I know I'm gonna be mounting this on a card base that is Calypso Coral as well. So this is how it's gonna look. You can leave the card just like that. Look, I already made a boo-boo, but you're not gonna pay much attention to it. Haha, because I'll deal with that later. I'm going to cut some inches here of this. And the first bow is called the bunny ear bow, okay? 3 ways that I'm going to show you on how I make a bow. Sometimes with some type of ribbons work better the bunny or the sneakers one or my 2 holes or my loop. Those are the ones that I want to show you today. So usually you can take your ribbon and just make 2 little ears. There are my ears, okay? That's the way that I'm starting my bow. Super easy. You can do it with twine too or anything that you have. Then you cross them like that. You have the bunny ears, but you cross them and you're going to put this one through. And I am sharing this because many of my customers usually say, how in the world you did that? I'm going to share something with you. Bows don't happen just like that. You know, there's a bow, but doesn't look that pretty, right? After you make the bow, and I already made the bow like that, you are going to start pulling. And if you see, I haven't even cut this from here because I want to make sure I have enough ribbon in there and that I know exactly how I want it. And if it doesn't work, I can just unravel it and start again. So don't be afraid of starting again. Don't stick with a bad bow, okay? But look how beautiful that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this ribbon. And there's many other ribbons that make the bow just different, okay? I am the type that I like to make long tails. I usually do like long tails. I think this is way too long. But I love long tails. I love how they look on cards. So now I'm going to grab some of my dots and I'm going to put them behind it. So now you learn the first way that I think this is the easiest way, to be honest, but it's a matter of practice. This is the bunny ear one, okay? I'm going to add it to my card. I'll put it right here. Dun, dun, dun. And I love doing this because it's so cute. Anyhow, I have one more thing I want to add to this card, and it is right here. And it's one of the flowers that I stamp on early espresso, and then I color it with some of my stamping blends. And I'll show you how to do this in just a second. But let me grab a dimensional real quick in here. And I'm using my corners right now. I hope you're liking this. Just here, we'll watch playback. Yes, it's okay, Rebecca. So good to see you. I know it's Memorial Day. All of us are busy and doing things. You know what? I would love to put it here, but I think I want to cover that boo-boo. So I'm just going to put it right there. And then this card is going to end up something like this. Look how cute that is. And you see, I love my long ribbon. I love the tails. So this is my bunny ears bow, and I hope you try it. If you love bows, go for it. It just really makes a difference in the cards, don't you think? It does make a big difference. So this is the bunny ears bow. Let's go to the Snickers bow. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna do exactly what I did before. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a little strip. For this bow, I just take, again, a good chunk of ribbon. And this is the easiest one because it's just like how I do my tennis shoes or my how do you call my shoelaces. So in this case, I'm just going to hold it there. I'm going to go around it. And I'm going to bring it. Now, when you do it at first, it's not always going to look all pretty. You have to understand that. Look, does that look pretty to you? No, it's unbalanced. But then you play with it. You move it a little bit around and you'll see that it works out. Now, this leg is too short for me because I like long legs. So I'm going to give it a try again. And you're going to make one loop. Then you're going to go around it. And you're going to go through the hole. And again, at first, it's not going to look all pretty, but then you start just TLC, right? Tender loving care. You start moving your bow wherever you want it to go, and you create beautiful cards with what you have. So I love this. Ta-da-da, chi-chi-chi-chi-chi. Love this ribbon. Oh, wow. I really have a long tail in there. I went like above and beyond with my tails today. But don't worry, be happy. We are going to make this work. So this is my sneakers one, and I will just position it right in place right there, also with some of my glue dots, but you sort of saw what in the world I do. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to show you the completed card, which is right here. Okay, I have the same thing, and I stamp a little bit. I colored one and added it with dimensionals, as you see there, but this is my sneakers bow. I wonder which one is your favorite. This is the second one. I have two more to show you, but this is a card that I am completing on. Oh, I should maybe stop and show you what I did with this. I went ahead and found some of the heavy cardstock. This is the heavy whisper white cardstock, or it's a little thick cardstock, I think it's called, and I just stamp it all over with the early espresso. Then I went ahead and started coloring all of them, as you see here, and I took a few and I just cut them all around. And if you're wondering how in the world I color them, I will show you how real quick. I'll just do one of them like this one. There is one that just has a little bit of color, and I use the light the light Calypso coral. Now, if you wonder where I got the inspiration from to color them, just look at the beautiful Designer Shares paper. It has darker color in the center, and it has more peachy on the outside. And look at that one. It pretty much has color only on the inside. Maybe it kind of blends to the sides, and I'm sure I could do that if I wished to, but I just left them very simple there. So I will color one real fast so you see the process. I'll just color this one right here, and I'll just do one flower because I think you totally get the idea, right? I'm loving having the stamping blends. They're really, really good. They help us in many ways, particularly because everything coordinates. So I still have 2 more to show you. So I'm going to come here and do a little bit more, and maybe this one in there. And that is how I did it. I just stamped a bunch, color a bunch, and cut a bunch, and started putting them on my card. So I hope you like that tip and you use it. I have one more card for you. This is a totally different one, and I'll show you what I did. I'm going to bring, I think this is my 1/8 punch hole, or hole punch, okay? It's just very, very tiny. And I'm going to bring my, my ruler. I'm going to turn this around. And I want to make 2 little dots that are going to guide me 1 inch in, or a quarter of an inch in. So right here, I'm going to make a little hole. Okay, and right here I'm gonna make a little hole, and I'm about 1/4 of an inch in, you see. So I made my marks. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to make my holes. So let me show you so you see what I'm doing. I'm going to make a hole right there. I'm gonna turn this around, and I'm gonna make a hole right here. Okay, so there you have it. So we're making 2 bows, or 2 holes, not 2 bows, 1 bow, 2 holes, and I'm gonna find my beautiful Calypso coral satin ribbon again. And for this one, I think I cut about, yikes, what was this? I think it was 22 inches. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it that way, but I don't think you need that much, so I'm gonna do it by, I was gonna say by ear, but I should say by eye. And I'll just gonna put it through. Look how cool that goes through it. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Okay. And I have enough ribbon in there. Now I'm going to put it through the other side. And you can, I'm sure you can use bigger holes, but I did not want the holes to be seen so much. So I just use a 1/8. There you go. I think that's enough ribbon, hopefully. But for a lady like me that loves the ribbons, the tails long, I'm not sure yet. Now, I'm going to take this, and this is where you just start working with it. And yesterday I did it in different ways, so I honestly don't remember how I did it earlier to be easier or not easier. But there's a way that the legs are gonna be looking up, and another way where your legs are gonna be looking down. So I have to see. Let's see, I did it like this. Okay. And you can come back to this video later and review these. That's the coolest thing about making a video, is that you have my hands and they are showing you often. Okay, let's see if this actually works. This is very tiny for my liking. I need more ribbon. Okay, why this one is so short? I don't know. But I'm gonna leave it like that because I think you get the idea. So let's see. I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so that is so cute. I think I like it short. Look how cute that looks. Do you like that one? I love it. Now let me show you the card that I created with this type of bow. It's at the top, and it's right here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Absolutely gorgeous. This one, you see, is a little longer. Make it a little bigger, but it's the same deal. Oh, it's already on the card, so you can see behind it. But this is the same type of card that I just created here and that I created here. Different bows, though. This is my bunny ears. This is my... Wait, which one is my bunny ear? Bunny ears, sneakers, and then the 2 holes. And I hope you try them. They are actually pretty easy to make, and I don't want people to be afraid of ribbons. Ribbons are fun, and I love them in my cards. So I have one more bonus for you. So don't go, because I'm going to go find it. I'm excited to show you this one. Okay, For this one, I decided to bring a piece of Pool Party, and again, I added some of the beautiful Bird Ballad designer series paper that coordinates with this stamp set. And my card base, again, is Calypso Coral, but now I'm going to be stamping on this. I won't do all the stamping because I want to show you actually what I did with the ribbon. So, we are going to have, let's see, I think I use 10 inches. So I'm going to go up to 5 and then come around. And I'm going to go right here to the 10 inches, okay? So I'm cutting 10 inches of ribbon. And honestly, I loved how this came about. And if you don't like making bows, this is the easiest. It's gonna still bring a wow effect to your card, and I think you're gonna love it. So I'll make sure that it's glue in there, and this is the easiest way to do this. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it under my ribbon, right here. And then, easy peasy lemon squeezy, I'll bring this 2 ends through the hole, okay? And then I'll pull. And you do this usually when you do bookmarks. I want you to see how cool it looks in a card. Look how beautiful that looks. I just love long tails, okay? Absolutely love long tails. Thank you so much, Charlotte. It is so good to have you here this morning. I hope you're enjoying these ones. I love long tails. I think it makes everything look so pretty. And look how beautiful that looks. Now, are you ready to see the card finished? Haha. It's so cute. I think you'll love it. I think you'll love it. Okay, ready, set, go. Look what I did. Look how cool that looks. Haha. I think this is one of the, I don't know why, it's one of my favorite ones. I stamp the feather in Pool Party. I still say grateful for you. I put my little loop in there. Haha. And then these little feathers in here I made last week. Remember when I did the watercoloring on my last video on Monday? You can watch it here on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. I also stamped some of the feathers on some of watercolor paper with a lemon lime twist and granny apple green. I think I said that right. And then I cut them and I put them in here with some dimensionals, and it just adds such a different touch to this card, okay? I cannot wait for you to tell me which of all of them is your favorite. If you have never tried one of these, which one are you going to try? Because you totally have to try it. I think I really love this style because it brings so much texture to the card. These ones are like texture and some shine right there. And then these ones are my bows. So I cannot wait for you to tell me which of the bow ones you like the most. I'm in love with the loop right now, but I think you like it too. And how do you make your bows? Do you actually even like making bows like me? I love making bows and I love putting them on my cards, and I'm going to be opening a ribbon share and a designer series paper share coming June 4th. So all of the details, you can find them on my Stamp Blessing blog or even here on Facebook. I made a full PDF explaining everything and the prices because I want all of the new ribbon that is in the new catalog coming June 4th. So if you are interested in keep learning more ideas with the ribbons, please stay in touch. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel and send me a message and tell me if you plan to join my ribbon share. I'm so excited about sharing all the textures and everything else, and so many new ones coming. Now, before you go to share with your family, before you go to have a restful day, hopefully you are all off and you are able to just stay home, even if it's doing laundry or if it's sharing with family and barbecue. That is great. Today is the day to remember those who sacrifice so much for us and the freedoms that we have because of that. So I'm going to turn my camera around and I want to share a word from the Bible with you because the Bible fuels me. It just gives me life and it helps me to keep walking forward no matter what. So let me turn my camera and let's go to the word. Are you spending the day with family? Maybe you are. So let me be quick and share this psalm. One of my favorite psalms. I was singing it this morning. Psalm 100 verse 4. It says, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good and his love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations. And when I read this, I just remember all those generations that are coming and all the generations before me that sacrificed and paid a cost so that I could have the freedoms that I have. I am very blessed. And we in the United States are celebrating Memorial Day weekend, or Memorial Day is actually today, Monday. And we are not just remembering, we are also honoring those who have given so much, those in our troops, those in the Army, in the Navy, and so many that already are gone. And even those who are here, I just bless them. And I want to remind you today, we have so much to be grateful about. And all the cards that I created say grateful for you for a reason. They say grateful for you because there's so many people that we have to be thankful about. And cards make the trick. You know, when you send a card and you tell somebody, I'm so grateful for you and for what you've done in my life. Take a minute today, make a thank you card. And if you have one, just get it out and put a stamp on it, put it in the mailbox. Tomorrow it will go out and you will remind somebody, thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you because it cost you something so that I could be free. And who else did that for us than Jesus himself? He gave everything he had, everything in store. He gave it so that you and I could live in freedom. And the word of God says it is for freedom that he sets us free. Stand firm, and do not let yourselves be burdened by a yoke of slavery. That is in Galatians 1. Today we have the freedom of entering the presence of God and to be welcomed, to be accepted, to be embraced, to be loved, to be cared for. And we don't enter just as servants, we enter as children. We enter as his friends. We enter as his lovers. I just love the Lord so much. And what a freedom to be able to walk with him all the days of my life. So I encourage you today to be grateful for what you have right in front of you. You have the freedom to go into the presence of God and be his friend, the friend of our Savior. I'm so blessed, and we live in a wonderful country, and I know that many of my friends do too. I pray that you think of somebody today that you could bless, just reminding them that you're thankful for what they've done, and honor those who are maybe not here now, but that gave everything so that we can enjoy such a wonderful, wonderful day in our country. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me today. My desire is that you are free and that you find your freedom in Christ and become all he made you to be, and that you can create blessings for others. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you like these bows. Tell me which ones are your favorites, and if you're a bow maker, I don't know if you like bows at all. So I hope you do. If you're interested in my ribbon share, please leave me a message below or email me at stampofblessing@gmail.com. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.